Welcome to the Food Lion Kitchen, and today I'm so excited to be here with Chef Michael Santos from the Chef's Academy because you're introducing me to something that I've never heard of, and the name is just blowing my mind. Asparagus Mimosa.
Yes. So
what is that about?
Not to be confused with the drink.
Oh, man.
So basically what it is mimosa is a French flower that's typically seen in the southern part of France.
Okay.
And so the presentation of this dish and the way that the egg is actually used in this dish is what makes it look like a flower.
Oh, okay. So this is a healthy dish. You're not talking about alcohol.
Yeah,
all right.
Nope.
How do we prepare the asparagus?
So first thing I try to do is actually take off the ends here. The rule of thumb is basically when you bend it to where it pops and breaks off, that's the part you want to cut off, or a lot of people just actually take it and just cut the ends off.
So does that part just not taste good? Yep,
that's the woodier part of the asparagus, and that's the part that's in the ground, so it actually starts to become a little bit, it doesn't break down through the cooking process, so we try to go ahead and get rid of that.
Gotcha.
We got some boiling water, so we're going to take a little salt. Obviously you salt the water, and this is a process that I like to use a lot, not only in pre-cooking vegetables, but also in preserving the color. So in order to preserve that color and get that tender crispiness, I'm boiling it in a little bit of water.
Okay.
And literally, we just boil it for just enough for it to turn nice, bright, vibrant green. And then I'm gonna take the asparagus and put it in. What you do is you have a little ice bath here with some ice.
Okay.
And we just leave it in there just enough to get that nice color. We're gonna shock it right here in this ice bath for just a few seconds.
So about how long should it be here boiling?
Literally, typically when it's boiling, we leave it in there for about a minute at the most. We pop it out. Again, if you're serving it, hot, you maybe even pull it out a little bit sooner because you're gonna finish cooking it after anyway.
Okay.
So if you can see, it's got a nice bright green color.
Yes, it does.
And it stays that way after you cook it. Start your dressing.
Okay.
So what we have here is just a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, some mustard. You're gonna have some oil.
Okay.
You can start by taking the shallots.
Dump them in?
Dump them in.
All right.
Take your whisk and you can whisk that up. A Dijon mustard vinaigrette base dressing. The last step here is to finish with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay. All that?
Yep. And just a little bit of there. Mix it all back together.
Gotcha.
I'll take these out and I'll put them on my cutting board. Another thing I like to do too, depending on how we're serving this, is sometimes you can actually even peel them before or after you blanch them or after you shock them. And to me, as far as presentation purposes, it looks really, really neat. But not only on presentation purposes, but also on the older these get and the bigger they get, the tougher they get. All we do from here is we take a hard-boiled egg, push it through a nice sieve to where it actually squeezes it out to where it comes out the consistency looking like this.
Ooh, nice.
So you got a nice vibrant color, looks really neat. You actually, another way you can do it too is you can actually separate the egg yolk and the egg white.
So Chef, before we plate, this is a good time to remind everybody of how they can support Food Lion Feeds Groceries for Good promotion. All you have to do is buy 5 participating items with your MVP card from now through March 17th, and Food Lion Feeds, in partnership with Feeding America, will help provide 5 meals to local food banks.
I'll take a few of these pieces, just lay them down here. And this is the greatest thing about, plating up, is that you can get as creative as you want with it. So we can even make it look like a flower if you want.
Oh!
And again, egg yolks and the egg whites together, we've incorporated a little mound here.
Look how pretty that is.
I'll break this up. And when we're plating up, I always, try to look for a little bit of height. So I always try to keep it really nice and clean and neat.
Okay.
So what I do here is I take the skin. Sometimes I toss them a little bit of oil and salt.
Okay.
And I even put them on there for a little garnish.
Oh, look at there. Wow your family with that.
Yep. Taking the hard-boiled egg, we can quarter it up. Play with the designs a little bit as well.
Okay. Okay, how should I dig in?
Anywhere you'd like to start.
This looks delicious. I want to get a little bit of this sauce on my fork. I'm going to dip right there. That dressing is out of sight. And the asparagus is so tender. Wow, this is good. Make sure you check out our website, mycarolinatoday.com, so that you can make Asparagus Mimosa.